Hey everyone, this is Brock here, and I am doing a spoiler review for Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice because, hey, I was going to make a post about it on Facebook, but I can't type that much. My fingers are going to break. There's a lot to talk about in this movie. There's some pros, there's some cons, but I'm going to say it now, and say it again, spoilers. There's going to be spoilers. I'm going to talk about things very blatantly, so if you don't want spoilers, go see the movie, make your own opinion. Don't have to listen to me. You don't have to take my opinion for anything. This is me ranting at a camera, ranting at you guys. You get to bear the brunt. So watch at your own risk. Spoilers done. So we're going to talk about cons, we're going to talk about pros, I'm going to talk about a few points that I just felt were interesting. We'll say that. Con 1, story. This story is everywhere. Where is the story? I don't know what the story is. Okay, I kind of know what the story is, but that's my problem, is you're having to piece every little bit of the story together because the way it is chopped together, my friend and I saw it last night and we said that it's like taking 5 puzzles, dumping them into the middle of a table, and then taking them and forcing them together into a square with a hammer. That is this movie. And it doesn't transition. That's the other thing. I look at this movie as just on a cinematic level, and the transition from scene to scene to scene is so choppy and out of nowhere. There's a lot of dream sequences that seem to happen as to develop the story, and you don't understand why. Good example, Kevin Costner, why are you back? Why are you back as Jonathan Kent on top of a mountain, and you're apparently talking to your son, and is this a dream? Is this him just delusional? Is this supposed to be his Fortress of Solitude? Why was Superman dragging a ship through the Arctic? I don't understand. Give me a reason. I'll take anything. Con 2, Superman. I'm going to say it now, I hated Man of Steel. If you think I'm biased, there's a lot of people that agree with me, a lot of people that don't. Whatever, that's fine. Draw your own opinion. My opinion is Man of Steel sucked, and it probably is the reason I didn't care about Superman here. And it's not for the fault of Henry Cavill. He's great. He can really, probably be a good actor. He just doesn't use it here. There's one scene where a bomb goes off, not invested, because Superman just stands there like this. People are dead. And you lose it. That sense of envelopment is gone. Soups. Con 3! Luthor himself. Now, I love Lex Luthor. I don't really care about Superman in the comics, right? But I care about his villains. The one thing that Superman comics have always had going for them is that their villains are amazing. Because if you're going to have a character that is literally a god on Earth, his villains have to be equally as amazing. Or better, because if he can't be beaten down by his villains, why would you read? So Lex Luthor is this really brilliant human who can always outthink, outmaneuver, and outpace Superman. And there's one scene in here on a rooftop where I'm invested in Jesse Eisenberg as actual Lex Luthor. He even has a great line where if God is all powerful, then he can't be all good. And if he is all good, then he can't be all powerful. That line, that's Lex Luthor. Every other moment it's not. I don't know what you did to Lex Luthor. This suave, sophisticated, smooth-talking, can persuade you to feel any particular way about a topic that he wants you to, is gone. Where is Lex? What have you done to him? I will give a pro to this point now. Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal and what he was given to work with and what he was told to do, that's perfect. He did a great job actually bringing this character's interpretation to life. I just don't feel it's the interpretation that Lex Luthor should be portrayed as. Con 4. When your movie doesn't invest you until the 3rd act, I've had to sit through 2 hours. And it's a 2.5 hour movie. Hour and 45 minutes I have sat in this seat just going, what is going on? And then I get to the actual fight, and I'm happy. It's Batman vs. Superman. Short fight. Short fight in conclusion to this movie. But I'm just not invested until the 3rd act. I'm sitting in this seat going, it is a movie. These are images. They are images happening. All right. Okay. Images. 3rd act, holy crap, fight! Yeah, that's about it. 5th con! I am old. I've just realized that internally I'm a 44-year-old man. I'm 25, but I must be 50, because one thing I can take away, and I'm going to compare this one aspect to the Marvel films. Do you have to be so close to the fight? Don't take direction from Michael Bay in Transformers. The one thing in Avengers that I can at least see is the fight. You pull back and you can see, boom, punches, and it's just, you can see things happening. In this, I'm like, oh, there's a sword, and I saw sparks, and I saw things, and now no one has a hand, and what? It's so, and I get that these characters are supposed to be fast and speedy, but even when I'm watching The Flash on TV, I'm not, like, my mind can keep up, and it can see what's going on, and I can recall the action. I can barely recall, I can recall blurs of action. I'm sorry, I guess I'm 44 inside, but can we just cut it with this super close, real right tight camera angles? It doesn't work. I'm old. I'm old. Pro 1! That's right, we got into the pro section now, and Pro 1 is Batman and Alfred. We got a good portrayal of Batman in this film. He comes across, as Batman should, it starts off with the origin story, and I just sat there and I go, do we really need this? Did we need this scene? Did we need the about 5 minutes that you took up of our time to tell us what we all know? Batman's parents are dead, he fell into a bat cave. Apparently, the bats flew him out of the cave, you know, by circling around him, and young Bruce Wayne can fly. Did we need that scene? Everything else is great. He actually comes across as a very sophisticated, very well-mannered Bruce Wayne. Definitely an older portrayal. I spoke with someone last night who said they didn't really like it because in comparison to the Dark Knight trilogy, and I said, well, you have to look at that as like the starting out Batman. This is the Batman who has been doing this for a long time, and he's just a little bit older. He's middle-aged, and he's just got more experience. And to me, that's how Batman should be. So I took it away and I said, bravo, love it. Alfred also was a great representation of an Alfred that I would feel is more comic book related. I don't think he's as good as Michael Caine was. Michael Caine, brilliant Alfred. Loved Michael Caine as Alfred. Immediately was like, yes, you are Alfred. This one was like, I don't know if you're quite Alfred, but you're good. And I have a feeling that I might say that again when we get to J.K. Simmons being Commissioner Gordon. I'm going to be like, you're not Gary Oldman, but you're J.K. Simmons. I loved Gary Oldman, you were perfect. Yeah, I'm going to take a little getting used to. It's just an actor thing, I think. It's a great representation of Alfred. Definitely not worried about that. Pro 2, Wonder Woman. Everyone is saying it and everyone is right. Wonder Woman steals this. She is on the screen right at the end, and the moment she comes into the screen, it was the one time in the theater that I went, what? Oh, I'm bored. Wonder Woman. Wow! Bravo! DC, you did good. Wonder Woman, I'm invested. That character, for the short period of time on screen, was portrayed beautifully. Love Wonder Woman. Pro 3! The Justice League appearances. I actually really enjoyed the way that they got Cyborg, Flash, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman into this film in one scene. This is clever how you're doing it with security footage. Like, Lex has been keeping an eye on these guys. It's very well done. I will say this as a con to... There's a pro and a con within this scene. Con, I don't think that the person playing Flash looks like Barry Allen. Maybe it's not going to be Barry Allen, maybe it'll be doing a different speedster, I don't know. But if you're going to be portraying this guy as Barry Allen, he doesn't look anything like Barry Allen. He doesn't come across as Barry Allen at all. But, it got me super excited for the Flash movie. Like, we're going to talk about that scene too. You know what I'm talking about if you've seen this. Pro, though, was when Cyborg scene shows up and I'm like, Miles Dyson from Terminator 2! Yeah, okay, I was just a little cameo there, but I was happy. Bravo! If you know you can't, if you're going to create the robots that destroy the entire world, you know, why not create Cyborg? So that's kind of the list of pros and cons to this movie. I will throw in one more kind of pro, kind of con. To the story's credit, I get what it was trying to do. It's what a lot of comic books do in their storytelling arcs. So let's take something like Blackest Night, Forever Evil, any of these sort of overarching stories. They have one continuing story, and then you have to read supplemental issues to tie more things in, and you have to piece it together yourself. I could tell you everything about Blackest Night and all the little things that go into it, but it doesn't really work in a movie translation, and it shows here. The story is you had a lot of really great ideas and a lot of really good segues, but you didn't have any way of bringing it together to make a cohesive story. And that's the movie's problem. It's a pro, it's a con, we'll call that the middle ground. One middle ground! Alright, now we're going to get to the 3 last points. We're going to do a con, we're going to do a pro, and we're going to do a question. The con, Superman's death. Why did we need it? Why did we We know he's not dead. It's Superman. You have a Justice League movie coming out, and if you tell me that the Justice League is complete without Superman, I sat there and I go, I know he's not dead. He's dead now, yeah, okay. He's either going to come back to life in about 3 seconds through Kryptonian bullshit, or it's gonna be the draw of the next movie and it's just gonna be Justice League, Search for Superman. If I can call it already, it doesn't need to be in the movie. I didn't sit up and go, my God, they just killed Superman. I went, he's alive. This wasn't needed. Bro asks a lot of questions. The Flashpoint incident. Now, for the comic fans that don't know what Flashpoint is, I will say to you what it was in the movie. When we see future Bruce fighting against a dictatorship run by Superman, because you can see the little Superman patches on the shoulders of these soldiers. I loved that outfit of future Batman. Love the duster, I want to see that at conventions. I want to see someone cosplaying that at almost every convention because I will grab a photo and I will say, bravo, sir, I love this Batman. But the whole point of that, the con to it is that immediately I'm confused as to what we're seeing. Is this a dream? Is this some, actual future scheme? What is going on? What ties it together and what's really weird is that it seems like a dream to Bruce, and maybe he's still considering it a dream, but you see the Flash actually appear in this movie. And he says, basically, don't let Lois die, or Superman loses it, which you can kind of understand a little. It's a lot to do for love to destroy the world, but point. Anyways, you sit there and the Flash showing up is Flashpoint. Flashpoint Paradox, there's animated film on it, there's an entire comic series called Flashpoint. The idea is that Flash changes one incident in the past and it ripple effects and changes the entire future, so when he goes back, you have everything different. This, to me, is the moment that Flash comes back to warn Batman and say, you need to keep Lois alive, you need to prevent this from happening, only you can do it, you were right. And he doesn't have, he's literally breaking every physical law in the universe with the Speed Force. It's a cool sequence. I think about it a lot. There's a lot of moments that I'm thinking about, wow, what did that really mean? Are they going to show Flashpoint Paradox in actual Flash movie? And it's a moment that gets me super excited for the Flash movie. Like, oh man, I want that Flash movie now. Alright, so the question is, we saw 6 members for the Justice League. You got Supes, you got Bat, you got Flash, you got Wonder Woman, you got Aquaman, and you got Cyborg. If we were to go by what the current incarnation of Justice League is, 7th is going to be Green Lantern. Green Lantern. Bring Green Lantern. I want Green Lantern. Obviously, though, we've seen a Green Lantern movie. They may not want to do it. So, who is the 7th member going to be? You could say Martian Manhunter could be in this, and they could kind of go in the next movie and say that Manhunter is a precursor to Darkseid. Yeah, Darkseid is coming. We know that in the Justice League movie. You just know it's going to be Darkseid. So Manhunter could come as a precursor of a warning talking about Martians. That could be something. Captain Marvel, aka Shazam, whichever you want to go by. I mean, originally known as Captain Marvel, now he's known as Shazam. It doesn't really matter, because we know that Black Adam is going to be played by The Rock, which is going to be, I can get behind that. I think he'll do a good job with it. Sitting there and I'm like, it's either going to be Lantern, Captain Marvel, Martian Manhunter. And of the 3, I really am liking Lantern or Martian Manhunter. I think Marvel is just going to be, I don't know, the mystical element would be kind of cool, but I think Manhunter could definitely bring a lot more to this story. Obviously, Lantern brings in the whole universal of the Green Lantern Corps. So, a lot to be said about future possibility. Alright, so in conclusion, what do I think about this movie? I think it is not a good movie. It's a pretty poorly executed movie as far as getting a story across. What I do think it does well is I've been thinking about it since I saw it. And I know that I'm going to go out when this movie comes out on DVD, I'm going to get it, I'm going to watch it again because I want to know what's going on. I'm not going to see this again in theaters. It's worth seeing once. Go out, see the movie in theaters, get your own opinions. If you're like me, it's going to stick with you and you're going to be thinking about it. So if there's anything to this movie's credit, I'm still thinking about it. It's still in my head. I know it's not a good movie, but it asks a lot of questions and raises a lot of things that what is the DC Universe going to do for its cinematics and for its movies? I just hope that they kind of learn from some of this stuff they did in this one, that they say, maybe we shouldn't have tried to pack so much in, we can split it up, we can put things out, but again, we saw Avengers producing gold from its butt, had a bucket underneath and it's still pouring out, so you knew they just wanted to jump on this train as fast as they can, and they got Batman vs. Superman out. That's my review! I hope you enjoyed it. It's spoilers. It talks about, just pros, cons, my feelings towards it. Again, simply put, not a great movie. I can enjoy aspects of it. Go out, see the movie. Let me know what you think in the comments. Happy to hear what your opinions are. But until then, see you later.